Who is the 2020 version of Dalvin Cook? Is it Kenyan Drake? Is it Austin Ekeler? Is it both? Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. It's no secret that I love both of these running backs, Kenyan Drake and Austin Ekeler in 2020. The question is, which one is going to get drafted higher? Are they both going to climb into the second round? Is Ekeler already a second rounder now that he's inked his 4-year deal? That news broke today. 4-year contract for Austin Ekeler, $24.5 million, about 15 or so guaranteed. Honestly, it's gonna vault his value up at least a good 5 to 10 overall picks. That means that if he was a third rounder heading into February drafts, I think he's going to be a second round lock moving forward. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I'm hoping that I can take advantage of Austin Ekeler at third round value, at third drafted player value. I would love that. I would love to be able to get Kenyan Drake and Ekeler in the third round. So ideal strategy for me in 2020, if I'm not doing the two-headed monster, which I talk up a ton, going and trading up for those two, elite running backs, I'm liking the strategy of going and getting a Zeke Elliott or a Mike Thomas in round 1. And then in round 2, taking Pat Mahomes, which you're afraid to do, right? Because you don't know what it's going to do to your running backs and wide receivers. But again, if you trade your 4th and your 6th rounder for that Austin Ekeler pick or the Kenyan Drake pick, now you have yourself the running back that you wanted at that Pat Mahomes pick, and you have the best of both worlds at this point. Love Kenyan Drake, love Austin Ekeler. Both are worthy of second round picks, but try and get them later if ADP affords you that luxury. Now let's talk about Austin Ekeler and what we expect in 2020. Can we expect the same numbers out of Austin Ekeler now that Rivers is no longer in that lineup? Rivers laser locked onto Austin Ekeler, 108 targets in 2019, 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 3 100-yard games, 8 TDs via the air. He only had 557 on the ground, 4.2 a pop, and 3 TDs rushing the football. That's still an amazing year. And what my hope is for Ekeler is that if they're paying him as a full-time running back, I don't think he's going to run for 1,400 yards. I don't think he can. He's not built for that. He's more of a Kamara hybrid type running back. Woo! But can he go from 557 rushing from 2019 to like 900? And can he pull in 80 passes without Rivers there to laser lock on him, much like Ben Roethlisberger used to laser lock on Antonio Brown? Yeah, I think we could be looking at a 900 and 900 type running back, or an 800 and 900 type running back. And I am hopeful and I believe that the Chargers will address the QB position to a satisfying degree, because I think that this investment that they've made proves that they're ready to win now. They're going to make the moves that they need to make at the quarterback position in order to set up Ekeler in this offense for success. And any dip in receptions that I think we have to expect out of Austin Ekeler, I believe there's the potential to make up for in that rushing increase in the total yards and the touchdowns. I think he could get 5 or 6 rushing touchdowns. He could get between 700 and 900, or at least 700, 800 rushing yards, and that accounts for any dip he might have in the receiving department. So I have looked at this from a couple different angles. I've told people back in January and early February, it was Ekeler and it was Drake as my biggest breakout running backs, the guys that can be the next Dalvin Cook. Top 5 running backs masqueraded in second round to even third round value. I have casted a little bit of worry on this situation in terms of the QB situation for the Chargers, but I do believe and have faith that they will address that position enough that'll make me comfortable with a 900 and 900 type running back in 2020. Draft him in the second round if you need to. Draft him later if you can. Same goes for Drake. Go get him. Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.